Okay, today we're going to talk about how we can solve equations with algebraic fractions. So let's talk about the first one. So here I've given you two equations that are set up like proportions. Now, when this is the case, so both equation number 1 and equation number 2 are set up like they are proportions. Now remember, with proportions, like a over b is equal to c over d, proportions are two equal ratios, or two ratios that are equivalent to each other. So what I'm saying for number 1 is I'm saying 2 over some value x is equal to 6 minus that x value over 4. Okay, now remember that with proportions, the cross products are equal to each other. So we're going to use that to our advantage in this first type of equation here. So I'm going to take the cross product, so x times 6 minus x is going to be equal to 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, I'm going to multiply this through, so I have 6x minus x squared is equal to 8. Now, since I have a quadratic equation, I have to go through the algorithm for solving a quadratic equation, which is getting everything on one side and 0 on the other side. So I'm going to add x squared to both sides, and that's going to make it positive. So I have 6x is equal to 8 plus x squared. Then I'm going to subtract 6x right here. So I have 0 is equal to 8 plus x squared minus 6x. Okay, and then I'm going to rearrange the terms, so my x squared term is first, and my x term is next, and my constant is the last term. Now recall that when you have a quadratic equation, you need to factor it into two factors, and then set each of those factors equal to 0. Okay, so to factor a trinomial, we use the x factor here. I'm looking for two things that add to negative 6 and multiply to 8. That would be negative 4 and negative 2, so it's x minus 4, x minus 2. And I'm going to make two separate equations here, x minus 4 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. That comes out as x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 2. So the solutions to my equation, right, that we started with, so let's go back to the equation that we started with, is 4 and 2. Now let's check these solutions to see if they work. So if I put 4 in, I'd have 2 fourths is equal to 6 minus 4 over 4. So 2 fourths is equal to 2 fourths. That's correct. Okay, let's check 4 here. Or let's check 2 rather. So it says that 2 over 2 is equal to 6 minus 2 over 4. And so 2 over 2 is 1, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 4 over 4 is also 1. So that also checks out too. So those are my two solutions. I have to erase this now to be able to do the next problem. And not every equation with algebraic expressions are going to be, not every equation with algebraic fractions are going to have two answers, but this one did. So this was x is 4 and 2. Let's use the cross product idea again here. We have 12 times 7 plus x. That's equal to 15 times 2 minus x. So we have 84 plus 12x is equal to 30 minus 15x. Then I want to add 15 to both sides. Okay, so I have 30 is equal to 84 plus 27x. Subtract 84 from both sides. So I have 27x is equal to negative 54. And if I divide each side by 27, I'd have x is equal to negative 2. Okay, let's go ahead and check that in our equation. Always important to check. So 15 over 7 plus negative 2 should be equal to 12 over 2 minus negative 2. Okay, 15, so that's 15 over 5 should be equal to, now that's plus and plus, so 12 over 4. And 15 over 5 is 3, and 12 over 4 is also 3, so that checks out. So my answer there is x is equal to negative 2. Let's try some different ones. So this next equation, I have to, I want to try to make it look like a proportion. So on this side, I can't actually add those together because, well, I could add them together by making this, multiplying that by x over x and 3 over 3 if I wanted to, and then adding them all together. But what I can do is realize that 1/3 is a constant and 1/2 is a constant. So let me go ahead and subtract 1/3 from both sides. Then I have 1 over x is equal to, now 1/2 minus 1/3 is the same as, let's multiply this by 3 over 3 and 2 over 2. So 3 over 6 minus 2 over 6, and that's 1 over 6. So 1 over x is equal to 1 over 6. Using the cross product methods, I'd have x is equal to 6. And let's just go back and check. So that's saying that 1/3 plus 1 over 6 is equal to 1/2. So 1/3 plus, well, let's write 1/3 as 2/3. So let's write it as 2/6 plus 1 over 6 is equal to 1/2. 2/6 plus 1 over 6 is 3 over 6, and that indeed is equal to 1/2. Okay, so our answer here is x is equal to 6. Okay, this next one, I have a term, an algebraic fraction with an x in it here, and I have an x in it here. So what I'm going to do, and there's plenty of different ways to solve these, what I'm going to do is try to get these both on the same side. So I'm going to subtract x over 4 from both sides. So here I have 3x over 4 minus x over 4 should be equal to 20. Well, 3x minus 1x is 2x over 4, and that's equal to 20 over 1. So now I have a proportion. Now I'm going to use the cross products. 2x is equal to 80. Divide by 2, so x should be equal to 40. Let's go ahead and check that real quick here. So if x were 40, that would mean 3 times 40 over 4 should be equal to 20 plus 40 over 4. So 3 times 40 is 120 over 4 is 40. That's equal to 20 plus 40, 120 over 4 is 30 rather. Okay, and 40 over 4 is 10, so 30 is equal to 30. So our answer is x is equal to 40. Okay, we have one more. So here I have algebraic expressions that are, it's a little trickier this one because I have two algebraic expressions that I need to add together, but they don't have common denominators. So what I want to do is let's do this. Let's add this algebraic expression to both sides here. So if I add 2x minus 9 over 10 and I add it to this side, okay, what's going to happen is I'd have 2x plus 7 over 6 is equal to, now this one's over 10, so this one's over 1. So I'm going to multiply the 3 by 10 over 10 just real quick, because then I have the same denominator. So that's 30 over 10 plus 2x minus 9 over 10. Now I can go ahead and add those together. So let me give myself some space up here. I have, on the left-hand side, I have 2x plus 7 over 6, and that's equal to 2x minus 9 over 10. Now I have a proportion, so I can use the cross products. I'm sorry, you should not keep erasing your work here because you have much more space than I do, but I don't have a lot of space here. So I have 10 times 2x plus 7 is equal to 6 times 2x minus 9. So 20x plus 70 is equal to 12x minus 54. So let's go ahead and add 54 to both sides. Okay, I'd have 20x plus 124 is equal to 12x. Let's subtract 20x from both sides. 124 is equal to negative 8x. Let's divide by negative 8. And x is equal to, so 124 divided by negative 8 is negative 15.5. Okay, and I could always check that using my calculator. I could say, actually, it's actually pretty easy to check using this because the x's are always multiplied by 2. So I'd have 2 times 15.5 plus 7 over 6 minus 2 times 15.5 minus 9 over 10 should be equal to 3. So that's 30 plus 7 over 6 minus, see, 30, this is 30 minus 9 over 10 should be equal to 3. Well, that's 37 over 6 minus 21 over 10 equals 3. And then, let's see here. Okay, 30 minus 6, so it gets a little bit more complicated because clearly I have to so 30 would be the least common multiple here, so I'd have to multiply this by 5 over 5. Or you know what, I can just really do this on the calculator since you guys have calculators for the regions. So 37 over 6 minus 21 over 10. Okay, and actually it's saying that I made a mistake somewhere along the line. So, okay, so I went back in my notes, and you should also do this as well, so we should correct this mistake. When I added these two together, what I should have done is this right here, 2x minus 9 plus 30. I didn't add the 30 to it. So the 2x minus 9 plus 30 would be 2x plus 21. So we'd have 2x plus 21 over 10. Okay, that's what you should have in your notes. Let's proceed from this point forward. So if I use cross multiplication here, I have 10 times 2x plus 7, and that's equal to 6 times 2x plus 21. So it'd be 20x plus 7. Oops, plus, gotta be careful, I'm making a lot of mistakes here. Plus 70 is equal to 12x plus, and then 21 times 6, 126. So let's subtract 12x from both sides. So I'd have 8x plus 70 is equal to 126. So 8x is equal to, and then subtract 70 from both sides. I would get 8x equal to 56. Then if I divide each side by 8, I get x is equal to 7. So let's just put this through mentally. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 7. So I'd have 21 over 6 plus, or minus. This would be 7. That'd be 14 minus 9. 14 minus 9 is 5. So I have 5 over 10, and that's equal to 3. So I'm just going to do this really quick on the calculator. Okay, and that does come out right. So x is equal to 7. Okay, and that is the final thing. So make sure that you go back through it and make the change in the notes that you needed to from the mistake I made.